Welcome back to Against the Iron Storm with Dread Canary. I am the Dread Canary. The game is Against the Storm, and we are doing our 5th attempt at an Iron Man run, where I play every difficulty twice with the goal of beating Prestige 20 2 times without ever dropping a game. That is Prestige 20 2 times, not Prestige 22. That's not possible. Anyway, so, where are we at? We have gotten through Viceroy and Prestige 1, so we are heading on to Prestige 2 this time. A new patch just dropped with some more map modifiers, a couple new cornerstone rebalancing, and that should be pretty interesting. This is being filmed March 2nd, so this is several months yet before the game goes into full access. If you're watching this from the future, hi! You could have seen this live on twitch.tv if you wanted to. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into it. Obviously, we need food. We are currently kind of here. I would love to push out. I don't want another Cursed Royal Woodlands, but it looks like we are going to do a Scarlet Orchard next. We will call it something like Macrodos. There we go. Increase our difficulty to Prestige 2. And let's take a look. So, I've got an option of 9 lizards or 5 beavers, 3 humans, and 2 randos. So let's go with a slightly larger caravan. Since we are going into the Scarlet Orchard, I've got 3 points to work with. Let's go hard on the big caravan thing. Let's take 3 more people and some meat. Let's see what happens. Okay, so our mysteries are complex food for people to move faster. No real penalty there, just means that we'll want to set up complex food at some point. Oh, we can sacrifice less. Okay. We need housing. No problem there. People will get hungry faster, and burning cysts takes longer once we start burning cysts. This is overall not bad. We don't mind that at all. Okay, we've got a little bit of a L shape going on here, which means I'm going to want to put housing in this area and industry in this area, and that's very nice as far as putting together neighborhoods. If my voice seems a little scratchy, I am getting over something, and I will do my best to keep it out of your ears. So, let's go ahead and move along. Now, this most recent patch added some new sound options. So I think this is a new track that's being played. Go ahead and do that. We are going to grab a harvester's camp. And of course we want a trapper's camp. Are there any other resources not in our starting area? That's fine. Let's go ahead and see what else we can get. Bonus stone could be very good for making bricks, which humans like. Free mushrooms when we grain would require us to go in on farms, and then more mushrooms when we mushroom can scale really, really well if I get other ways of getting mushrooms. In this case, I think I'm going to go... I don't know, I love steel pickaxes, but I feel like I'm going to go fungal guide and hope that we can scale that into a big pile of food. We are also going to take our excess people, because I've got 6 workers left. We'll go ahead and put 2 humans in here. And 2 humans in here. And we're going to start making some temporary housing. Because, of course, I will want the racial-specific housing just as soon as I have the infrastructure to support it. But that's no reason not to get myself +5 global resolve in the meantime. 3 from housing, of which I need 1 more. And then 2, because I'm going to instantly go up a tier of hub. So that should work very nicely. Let's go ahead and take a look at our orders. Get a geyser pump. Get 5 pipes, 2 people, and 30 clay. Don't love that. Or have 15 copper, which can spawn in the trees, to get +2 copper bar production, 15 coal, and 6 tools. This is what we're doing. That's amazing. That works very well. Open up 4 glades that I'm definitely going to do to get more glade event carrying capacity. That's really nice for speed of starting and emptying glade events. So I love this reward. These two almost don't matter. This reward is really, really good. Keep beavers level from 18 to get 3 parts, which is nice. Bunch of food and 2 more beavers. I'm not too fussed about people because I've got 13 already, and it's just the start of year 1. So we're going to go with exploration. Open 3 glades to get 3 people, 10 planks, and 6 tools. Okay, or yeah, we're going to go with the trading post because free parts are very nice. So what we've got is we've got a bunch of beavers getting wood, we've got humans clearing out our starting resources, and we've got 2 beavers running around building the town, which is exactly what I would want to do at this point. And they should be finished building the town during the storm. I don't think 2 workers is enough to get all of this done before the storm hits, but it should be pretty close. Close enough, at least, that my people are pretty happy. Let's go ahead and take a look at what we're going to get. Okay, so right off the bat, I know I do not want the forester's hut. With copper being in the trees, there's no reason to go the route of copper crystallized dew when we can do copper bars. So we're not going forester's hut. Just axe that right away. The herbalist camp syncs up nicely with our fungal guide, but it does require us to find patches of mushrooms, whereas the herb garden just requires us to find any fertile ground. And the herb garden can make biscuits. Because you can use roots to make flour, and then you can use herbs as biscuit or pie filling, which both beavers and humans like. They both like the biscuits. And the provisioner would let us make better packs of provisions, which is excellent for trade routes, and excellent for turning whatever resource into flour to utilize, like roots or mushrooms. But it's not good until I have those sources, so I'm actually going to go with the herb garden as my first pick. Okay, now since we know we're going to have copper, let's go ahead and grab this smelter. This is rough, because the carpenter would give us the ability to make planks for beaver housing and simple tools, which lets us use that smelter to make copper bars and then just make tools, and then we have tools, which is a win condition. That's really nice. The kiln is wonderful because then we can turn our wood into coal and double the effectiveness of our fuel, also giving us access to bricks, which at least the human houses will want, and jerky, which we know humans and whatever our third race is will eat. So the kiln would be good, the carpenter would be good, the smithy less so, because I would rather have planks than coats and trade goods, and the provisioner would let us really get a full supply chain all the way up to biscuits, because we've got an herb garden, right? The smelter can make biscuits, albeit inefficiently, and the provisioner would let us make the flour necessary to do that. Plus packs of provisions are really good for trade routes. But in this case, I think I have to go with the carpenter. Let's go ahead and schedule this, and then let's put a carpenter here. And by default, I've got these all set to avoid glades that I haven't marked, which is why they're going right up to the tree line, but not into the tree line. And that is perfect for what we're trying to do. It's just going to get us the ability to open up these glades as soon as we start the next year, which means hopefully we'll be able to complete these glades before the second storm hits. Or at least one of them, not both. Let's not go crazy. Let's go ahead and take this patch of beavers over to this side. Start clearing out that area. We're in a really nice area because we've got a dangerous, 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 and dangerous glade right on 4 of our borders. that isn't good for expansion, but it is very, very good for just consistently opening up glades. The reason it's not good for expansion is because of the radius of hearths. Like, this is all the way back in the corner there on one of these. However, if I go this way first, and then we go that way, that might actually be a really nice spot for us to put our next hearth down. You know, just thinking ahead of time. We do have a full impatience point. Let's go ahead and save this. I'm okay with not turning that in until the start of the next year. Everyone's housed. We made it. Oh, wow, we did make it before the end of the year. That's phenomenal. This just needs fabric, so never make planks. Do not make any pipes. We're going to make, we'll say, a limit of 10 and a limit of 10. We're going to use clay first and then stone. And up here, we're going to use whatever we happen to have. Put 2 beavers on that. And that way we will be able to get everything we need to make our carpenter. Not too worried about this. We've got the housing to deal with that. And I don't think we need to sacrifice this early in the game. So I can just leave people working all the way through the storm. Now at this point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually move this over here. And I'm going to give them permission to open up this glade. The idea is that I'm going to have the glade open right as we are entering the new year. So we should be able to get started on whatever glade event is going on pretty much immediately. Let's go ahead and fire 2 beavers. And we're going to send them here. We're just going to work on this. We're going to take the goods. For one thing, this is food, which is nice, but very often I find it better to have the goods and be able to turn them in to a trader or sell them than to take the points. Okay, so our options here are free resolve when we finish trade routes, which is good, but it does require me to do a lot of trade routes. Without restrictions gives us a 10% chance of receiving bonus yields, and I love chances for bonus yields. But I think when I get the option for protected trade, I have to go with protected trade because reducing hostility is just so very, very good. Let's go ahead and turn this in. And our third race is lizards. That's good to know. But let's not bring any lizards in yet. Let's go ahead and do that. And then I can immediately rehire 2 of these guys. And we can build a forager camp to take advantage of everything we can forage over here. That sounds great. We can also build a stonecutters camp to take advantage of both the stone and the sea marrow. Harvester's camp is empty, so that's right on time. Let's go ahead and move these. We're going to get rid of one of these guys. We're going to set a cap on, well, we're going to put a beaver in here. We're going to set a cap of 50 on planks. 1, 2, 3. And then after planks, then we go simple tools. We never make luxury goods. We do, however, see what we can get. So I've got a carpenter for making tools, which means tinkerer is right out. Training gear would be good for lizards. Packs of building gear materials is probably good for a lot of orders. I don't want it. Forester's hut, still rejected. Same reason we rejected it before. Market. The passive is great. The ability to carry more is a really good economic boon, but I don't like it when I've got a building where I'm missing out on one of the services, because we know our third race is going to be lizards. So by process of elimination, that leaves the brewery, which both of these like ale, they like pickled goods. I feel okay about this choice. Let's go ahead and stick 2 humans in the foragers camp so they can start collecting our food. And next set of orders. Trade goods and 10 amber to get parts and people. Alternately, building materials to get the ability to make more stuff, but these are both inefficient. I don't have a good building to use them. Traders showing up faster is very nice late game, because that's a lot of cornerstones that I'll be able to buy once I've got trade routes open. But it does require me to do packs of trade goods. So let's take a look at our recipes. Now what I want to look at, I don't have a way of making trade goods yet, so I'd have to look for a way to do that. This has crops, but no trade goods. I don't want to commit to an order that I don't know I'm going to be able to do, so we're going to go with building materials here. Burn 12 blight rod cysts is probably going to happen. The rewards aren't great, but that's fine. I think these rewards are better than these rewards because I've got 3-star efficiency on making copper bars myself, so this isn't a huge benefit. Fuel burning longer in hearths is nice, but it's not great. And +1 resin production would be good if I was on a map where the trees had resin. These don't. So the only thing here is this longer hearth burning, and it requires me to get oil. I don't want to do this, so we'll go with that one. Hey, we've already got our building materials order, so let's go ahead and not turn that in because the queen's not even at 1 impatience yet. That's nearly done. I could set a human in here getting stone. Let's go ahead and do that. Now the queen's impatient. We'll turn in the order. And take another building. So, lumber mill straight out. We don't need the lumber mill. We already have a good way of making planks, so this isn't great. The kiln would open up coal and bricks, which is very nice. Trapper's Camp would let us get large collections of meat, insects, and eggs. Bakery would also be good, because I know that lizards like pie. But we don't have a way of making flour, because I didn't take a way of making flour, so I'm going to go with the kiln here. Because I'm going with the kiln, we're going to move this here. And we are going to put a kiln here. We are going to then put a smelter here and a brewery here. Run a road around the side and around the back. And around the side here. Just kind of plotting out my town. And that is going to let me then put a blight post. And then next to the blight post, we're going to put an archaeology office. Trapper's Camp is out of food. Food is commonly a bit of a problem on this map for me. And you know, let's actually move this way. And while we're doing it, let's move this Trapper's Camp and this Harvester's Camp over here. So this just needs bricks. What we're going to do is we're going to say we want a... No, you know what? We're going to leave bricks alone. We're going to leave bricks alone, I think. Move that up there. The idea, obviously, of course, being that we're going to go into this glade next, because I had previously said that that'd probably be a good place for a second hearth, right? Because I can just stick it right here. And by starting early, that means that we'll definitely have a spot for it. So now we no longer make bricks at this location. Get out. Because we can make them much more efficiently here. And what we're going to say is we want 50 bricks before we want anything else. And then if we have bricks, we want to make coal. And then make jerky. We're going to put a cap of 300 coal. And we're going to say make jerky using coal. That should work very nicely. but of course I don't have anyone in here, so I should probably see to that. And we should also get ourselves another shelter. I'm kind of delaying my advanced housing, but I feel like we just need to get our feet under us before we do that. So let's go ahead and move this over here. We're going to try to clear out more of this corner. But for now, I'm going to lower hostility back down to 1. We are also going to go ahead and schedule a trading post to be put up there. That'll open up the ability to do trade routes. It's overall pretty good. We're going to move this road to the opposite side of camp. All the way, all the way, all the way. And let's go ahead and highlight that we want these marked trees. We just want to go straight in there. And once again, we're trying to aim it so that it syncs up right around the start of the next year. Got Old Farliff. Hi, buddy. What can you sell us? So these are both amazing, but I do not really have a good way to get that much money. If I sold him all of this and all of this and all of that, that's only 12, right? And we would need 42 for everything I want. If I said 22, we can almost get there by selling him all of my wood, which I do not want to do. I am willing to sell him all of my currently existing copper, though. So if we sell him all of my existing copper, plus a pile of wood, there we go, I can get this. And that will make our tools more efficient. Oh, speaking of more efficient, this should only be planks. 3 packs of provisions for every new villager is free. Free plant fiber per minute gets us lots and lots of fabric, which is excellent. Let's go ahead and grab some lizards, because now I have a building that they will love working in. They will adore this. We do want to rehire our wood choppers. Make sure to get all of them. And I've got a bunch of people left over, so let's go ahead and stick another human in the stonecutters camp. Okay, we're in. We need 6 more tools, 30 incense, 30 scrolls, or 30 oil. Okay. You've got oil. How much for 30? 8. Yeah. Okay. So I probably shouldn't have done what I did earlier. I should probably just do this. But I'm going to sell them my tools. And that actually works beautifully. If I take out 1 tool, can I then sell him all of my reeds? Because now I'm getting free plant fiber. Yeah. Okay. 1 more of these, because then I can do 2 of these, and we are very close. So now I've got the oil I need. And we are going to take the ancient tablets. We are absolutely going to take the ancient tablets. That's just really, really good. On top of that, we're going to go up here. We're going to farm fields. And that's a bakery. Okay. So now we just need a way of making flour. And this is stellar. Okay, yeah. So let's go ahead and drop an herb garden, because we're going to want that. We're going to take these boyos. We're going to shift them all the way up here. And we are going to focus on this farmland. We're not going to quite open that glade because, 1, it's a forbidden glade, so that's a very difficult thing to deal with. And 2, we just started our year 3. We are currently focused on getting our town up and running. Yeah, you only make fabric, and since you only make fabric, we're going to get rid of anything in here that doesn't use fabric. Yeah, this is definitely a new soundtrack. It's got a vaguely In the Hall of the Mountain King vibe, which is my favorite classical piece of music. That and the Champagne Gallop, which doesn't get enough play. Okay, so what do we have for fuel? We have a decent amount of coal, we've got some wood, we've got some sea marrow. Let's go ahead and set ourselves on the... I'm going to say sea marrow. And I'm going to take one of these guys, I'm going to put them in here, I'm going to say put a cap of 10 on this, and we're going to make that out of coal. Go. But Dread Canary, you've got 3 beavers. Yeah, I know. They're running around building the town. We're okay. This is going to finish just before the storm lets up. That's gorgeous. We've got another order we can take. Let's take a look at what we got. So, okay. So if we get a tavern, we've already got a brewery. This is amazing. But Pyromania gives us +1 to coal production, and that is outlandishly good. Any flat bonus to coal is good, because then you've got chances to double it. It's just ludicrously amazing. I'm not doing luxury goods. I've got two classes that like religion. I believe you can make incense out of herbs. So let's go ahead and go with this. Oh, a big forger's camp wouldn't go amiss. Yeah, we got 5, but... Okay, that's good. Okay, so I believe that with this we should be able to combat the cysts enough that it's fine. I think we should be okay. Guys, almost done? Yeah, almost. There we go. So let's go ahead and stick 2 more beavers on the blight post to just quickly burn down the cysts that we have. We're also, of course, going to fire all of our woodcutting people. We are going to swap these for beavers so that I can put them on this. And we're going to say only roots, because you can't eat herbs immediately, and we do not have a way to make flour yet. I'm also going to fire both of those, get us down to hostility 1. Lizards are not housed, so I should probably fix that. It won't be a problem this year. They've got, like, they take forever to lose resolve. But I've got the spare bricks. I might as well make them happy. And as soon as these beavers finish, get out. Get out. We're most of the way through the storm, so we're going to go ahead and rehire our beaver cutters. Get in there as soon as they can. And we need beaver cutters up here. I thought I was holding shift. There we go. Free barrels is really good since I know I've got a brewery. So we would be able to do that pretty nicely. But Safe Haven is also extremely good. Lowering hostility, because I will upgrade multiple hearths. How I play is I expand and I upgrade my hearths. That's what I consistently do. I know it's not the fastest way to win, but it's the way that I like winning. I'm not going to take the worker safety guide, because in the Scarlet Orchard there's so many other ways to raise your production speed that it's not all that great. Plus, only beavers like getting educated. I think I want the safe haven. Lowered hostility is absolutely king. It is the best stat. And there's no contest. We want, actually, more lizards, because lizards love working in the kiln. I've already got housing for most of them. And that way, we'll just have everyone fully set. I've got 2 loose beavers who can immediately deal with these explorers. Absolutely take the bonus. Humans resolve is low, but it should be fine. I'll look at that. Trapper camp can get eggs. So let's go ahead and get rid of these 2 and have them work the trapper's camp. And I know that we're out of food, but we are starting to stabilize on that front because we have a farm going, which is currently only doing roots. And this might actually not be the best. No, it's still pretty good. I just have to, like, clear out this whole area to make it good. Okay, so Sahilda shows up in a minute. I've got enough spare resolve that I can favor humans. Hi, Sahilda. Yeah, exactly. This would be great because I don't have a good way of making fabric at the moment, but I have to ignore it because what I really desperately, violently need is food. We need so much food. So let's just, put down a thing that says I want all of your food. And then let's see what we have to do to make it happen. So for one thing, I'm willing to sell you my 1 tool. I can sell you my herbs. I'm not using those yet. Can't do anything with grain just yet either. Don't really need leather. I'm getting plant fiber pretty much for free, so I'm going to sell 20 of it. Like, I want some fabric coming in. Oh no, I've got 12 fabric, so I am willing to sell all of the leather and all the plant fiber. And actually, I'm willing to sell another 6 of this because we get plant fiber constantly. Okay. I think I might want wildfire essence. So obviously this is 51 of this. This is nowhere near the cost of all that food, but that's fine. We're just gonna get rid of stuff until we can afford it, and that's not quite it. But I think if I were to sell just a couple of bricks, suddenly food's okay, at least for now. We're staying afloat on food, and that is got to be enough. What I can do though is I can come here. Seems risky. Let's do it. I don't have the people to do it. Let's do this. That's going to finish in a minute, and that's going to boost everyone's happiness back up. I never went in here and claimed my bonuses, did I? Workers can carry more, or late event working speed. Let's go ahead and upgrade that. And then every 2 hostility levels, nope. Or this one, which would instantly lower the hostility of the forest. And then we've got villager losses, no, versus double chances of double production, which we definitely want. We probably want it with pipes, but we'll come back to that. So this is done. Well, bam. And that is instantly making humans very happy, so let's turn this off. we don't have the people to do this. This is still being emptied. Okay. But hostility just dropped a ton because we got so many ancient tablets delivered, and then this is delivering ancient tablets. So how many do we have? We have 8. Ridiculous. What are our orders? Sell 45 and use rainwater. Okay. Versus luxury goods, which I do not want to do, and amber, which I don't want to do. The bonus jerky could be really nice if I get a meat operation up and running, and parts are, of course, hard to come by. But I think I want this. It seems more doable. So we're at the end of year 4. We're doing pretty well. We've got 10 amber, which would let me turn in an order, and that doesn't do much for me. But alternately, I can come over here, right, and I only have 10 amber. Is there more coming? There's more coming. Let's go ahead and get this upgrade, which will give us a much higher chance of double production. So that should be what? Every 2, yeah. So that is increasing our chance for double yields, which is quite nice. This reaches the entire area. We have a bakery here that we can rebuild. I do want to move this just a little bit. We're going to swoop this over to this side. I'm going to put a road here and a warehouse here. The warehouse goes up there because that way we can make sure we can get the entire farm field in. We're planning on putting a hearth like right in this area of trees. We'll rebuild this bakery, so that area is going to definitely become industrialized in the near future. And of course, I need to fire some woodcutters for the storm. Oh, we are making jerky. That's good to know. Must have meant we didn't have enough wood. Yeah, that makes sense. Because I told them only do that if you could not make wood. We're going to go ahead and fire these 2. This seems like a decent spot for us to not have to do anything. Make a small herbalist camp, maybe? Oh, hey, we can collect berries right here, so let's do that. This trapper's camp can go over here. We do need another glade. Where's my other one of these? I put it there. No. We're going to go this side. And we're going to just boop. Boop our way into this glade. Now, since I've got so much faster glade working speed, I'm going to wait until now. There we go. Brewery production being faster is good. Scouts working faster is normally really nice, but I've got that thing with the escalation due to ancient tablets, so I don't think I need it. And Firekeeper's armor is good, but I don't think I need that either. We'll go with rain pumps. Hey, look at that! A lot more fertile ground, and the foragers camp can go there. I don't think we can trappers camp that. But we can definitely do this. We can solve this with coal and use that to lower the hostility of the forest further. So 100% we're doing that. And let's find our other one. Shift. There we go. Meanwhile, I have everything I need to rebuild this. We want humans and lizards. Well, we can get a pile of lizards or we can get humans and beavers. Let's humans and beavers. Let's turn in this order while we're at it. So our glade workers can carry more stuff. Not that they'll need to. And I think this is going to be one of the few times that I'm going to open up a small glade. I generally don't, because I don't like increasing the hostility to do it. But the reason I'm doing it here is because it's right up against farmland. And on top of being against farmland, Small glades can have archaeological discoveries, and archaeological discoveries are my favorite part of the Scarlet Orchard. I also, at some point in the near future, need to start thinking about racial-specific housing that I've been neglecting. So let's go ahead and put down beaver, beaver, lizard, like so. And we'll make a road like this. I'm going to go around the side, and we're going to add some night ferns. This is already done. Beautiful. So let's go ahead and just drop a shrine right there. Let's rotate this to the other side. Humans, of course, should get some housing as well. And we are looking at a few more comforting items, which means, obviously, I'm going to make a nice little wall crossing right here. With just a little bit more wall. A little bit more wall. Like so. And we'll need 2 more decorations. So I'm thinking a couple more night ferns that we'll squeeze somewhere. Maybe here. Looks good to me. That'll get us up 1 hearth tier, which will lower hostility by 40. Quite nice, quite nice. That's been built. Lizards are now ecstatic. Hi, Zorg. Indeed, yes. Harvesting crops being faster is amazing, because it's very, very common to not be able to get everything in from a farm field. So we're going to say we want that, definitely. +1 herbs would be good. Ale bonus could be good. Biscuits being able to be produced. Nah, I don't need this. Got a bakery. Bonus food could also be very, very nice. So let's say we want jerky. I'm going to sell you all my herbs, all my pigment, absolutely, all my tools. That's great. We can sell you all my copper. I don't need that yet. I think I saw a copper mine that I can start using. I can sell you my reeds. Sure, I'm getting the plant fiber for free, so I don't need that much. And then we're going to just do the rest with sea marrow. There we go. So we still are hanging on as far as food goes. Oh, I forgot to put humans in here. Actually, let's make this beavers. Small forager's camp is empty, which is fine because there's more roots over here. We're going to move this up this way. We've opened another glade. And this glade just has some berries in it, but that's fine, really. Mostly what I'm trying to do is find the edges of this farmland so I can figure out where to put the farm. I think here? No. I think it actually has to go here. No. Where would you... it's got to be there. Okay. Let's go ahead and look at our last order. Not doing luxury goods. I mean, I could add a brewery, but let's go ahead and do this one. Hostility 2, we might be able to tank. Not quite, but I think we're alright. Yeah, we're definitely at the point where we want to put down another hearth. I just haven't finished clearing the area for it. That's why I wanted to start so fast. It's because it does take a while to set up. And we're going to move these guys just a little bit closer to the trees that I definitely want to clear next. And let's go ahead and favor them for the duration of the storm. Meanwhile, let's up this to 30. And we're going to add the ability to make pipes up to a max of 20. Harvesting and planting being slower for bonus wood is not worth it in this case, because I'm definitely building a farming community. I don't like cheap construction. I do not like sabotaging my ability to get resources. So we're going to go with the bonus resolve as the queen gets more impatient, so that the queen basically fixes herself. We have 3 parts. Let's go ahead and make another woodcutter's camp. I think I can justify it at this point. Lizards are our lowest demographic, with humans second. Let's go ahead and go like this. This is still just doing roots. We'll put farm fields here. We're going to put 3 beavers in that. Let's go ahead and fully stock this with lizards. Not that we really need to yet, but can't hurt. We're also going to want to stock this with lizards. And you know what? Do not make any pipes. What am I doing? I'm going to go to the smelter. What we're going to say is we want copper bars. And we want up to 50. 50 is just a nice number. We want to do that 50 with coal. We do want to make pipes, but we want to do pipes out of crystallized dew. And then only if we can't do crystallized dew, then do that. And we're going to say a cap of 20 on that. And you are 100% free to make biscuits if we already have the other 2. And you can just make as many biscuits as you want at that point. Actually, no, you are not. You are not free to make biscuits. Don't ever make biscuits. What am I doing? We've got a bakery that we're going to want to stock soon. We will want to put an herb garden here. There we go. And we're going to want to run a road to that herb garden. Let's go ahead and move this to this side. Now this herb garden, I'm not going to specialize in just roots, because I want herbs as well. Pretty soon here, we're going to be looking at turning herbs into provisions. So we can start doing trade routes, so we can finally do this amber. How many cysts do we have? We've got 5. That's perfect. We've got tons of coal now, so let's go ahead and up this to 20 just to make sure we have more than enough. Trader is showing up after the next storm, it looks like. I'm fine with that. I really want to be thinking about housing. But I don't want to make anyone unhoused just yet. Let's go ahead and run this road all the way to the farmhouse. And we're actually going to go ahead and make it a block that heads that way. We're going to say we want packs of, I think the only thing I want is packs of provisions, because I don't have anything over here that uses packs. So we're going to turn off everything that's not provisions. We're going to say we want a cap of 50. We're just going to go straight into the sky immediately. And let's do that with humans. Our stone's done, so this could be a lot closer in. Our tree area is cleared out, so this can be a lot closer into this side. And we can think about a hearth, like so. We'll run a road to it, and a road around it. And it occurs to me that I should have put this on this side because there's a mine, but it's a copper mine, so it's not like it's coal where I need the proceeds immediately. And pretty soon here, we're going to think about overhauling our entire road infrastructure. You know, I am shocked that Old Farliff got here before the storm. I thought he was going to be 2 seconds late. Unfortunately, there's not much I want to sell him. Moving faster on roads is nice, but I'm going to have copper roads, which are really good, so it doesn't matter. I don't need this. I'm going to get tons of copper from opening a mine and from the trees themselves. I'm not going to make pottery, so the only thing we really want is that bonus to tool production, because tools win games, and I'm willing to sell him all of my current tools to do it. Plus, you know what? What if I sold him all of my crystallized dew? And then we finish it off with some sea marrow. Now that uses so little sea marrow that I'm actually going to do this, which is inefficient. I should just use trade routes for this, but I'm going to knock these out and get a little bit further. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do that. We're going to buy this, and now whenever we produce tools here, we produce 4 at a time, which is very efficient. Hostility 3, I don't think I want to deal with. So we'll tank Hostility 2 again. And I need to find a lizard that I can take off of a job that they're currently doing. I will do that as soon as they are done with this. Put lizard there. And we want some nice housing right along there. Can totally rehire a couple of beavers. All right, and that gets us to year 7. So, if you're watching this on YouTube, this is where we're going to stop the YouTube part of things. If you got this far, you obviously like listening to me, so why not do all the wonderful YouTube things that tell the YouTube algorithm that I am worth promoting to other people? I'd very much love to do that. Remember, you can catch me live streaming on twitch.tv/dreadcanary. Current schedule is Monday and Thursday nights at 8 p.m., but keep an eye on the dedicated Twitter account for the things that I'm working on, which is at Ghostfinch Media. Ghostfinch Media is all one word. And the idea is that I want to be able to do things that are more than just streaming. I'm thinking about starting a second video channel that's not video game related, where I can talk about culture and movies and morality and relationships from the perspective of someone who's a highly functioning autistic person, but who wants to be able to connect with the neurotypicals. So there will be announcements about that. Also, I got my test deck, and I am super excited about this. This is a card game based on the Zodiac that I designed. It's still shrink-wrapped, as you can see. I'm not super happy with the font yet, but if I can sort out what happened with my image file to make sure that it's a clean image in the future, I'm going to start having merch of a card game that I designed that teaches you the signs of the Zodiac, and also it involves... it's got some of those more complex game mechanics that fantasy stories allude to games having, but that would be absolutely unplayable. Except in my case, all of the rules fit on a single sheet of paper, which folds up inside the box. So I'm super excited to be able to share that and start selling it in the near future too. So at Ghostfinch Media is where you'll get updates for things like that as well. Regardless, I know you've got other things you could do than spend an hour listening to me drone on about Against the Storm, even if it's a great game and not a lot of people are covering it. So I appreciate the attention you give me, even if you don't take the time to do all the YouTube stuff, and even if you don't ever come over and watch me live. I'm still glad you're here. I hope you're having a great day, and I would love to catch you in the next video. Bye, YouTube.